We do have breaking news from the world of entertainment. We have received word that music legend Ozzy Osbourne has died.
My biggest fear is losing a member of my family because we are such a unit and so close that we're nothing without the other.
The Black Sabbath lead singer Ozzy Osbourne has died at the age of 76.
We do have breaking news from the world of entertainment. We have received word that music legend Ozzy Osbourne has died. My biggest fear is losing a member of my family, because we are such a unit, and so close that we're nothing without the other. The Black Sabbath lead singer Ozzy Osbourne has died at the age of 76. Ozzy Osbourne is dead, and the truth is finally out. Kelly Osbourne has confirmed everything the world has suspected for years. You know, Parkinson's is really tricky. We don't know good days from bad days until you're in it. You can't say. Like, we didn't even know if we were going to get to Ohio for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The final room, the top secret recordings, the suicide note, the hidden will, and the shocking decisions of the Osbourne family. They've all been made public. The most closely guarded secrets have now been exposed by the people involved. And what you're about to hear is something that has never been on the news. Prior to the official announcement, Kelly had taken a series of actions to control and protect her father's image. This included taking legal action against 2 media platforms for recreating Ozzy's voice using synthetic technology. The move was a clear indication of her firm and deliberate stance in dealing with issues related to her father's honor and dignity during the final stages of his life. Kelly emphasized that Ozzy was fully aware of the content that appeared publicly while he was receiving treatment at home, and had asked the family not to let others rewrite the ending of my life the way they want. According to Kelly Ozzy, Osbourne wrote a series of personal letters, one for each family member. The full contents have not been released, but it has been confirmed that they include things he has never shared publicly before. One passage written to Kelly is quoted in her personal statement. "You don't have to explain anything for me, but if you must tell the truth exactly as it happened." It was from this request that Kelly decided to make public part of the truth related to internal tensions in the family, especially the process of medical care at home and some of the simmering conflicts between individuals close to Ozzy's team. Kelly describes end-of-life care as medically comprehensive, legally clear, and unanimously agreed upon. She works closely with the palliative care unit and the family physician to monitor Ozzy's physical condition on a daily basis. Private meetings between Kelly Jack Osbourne and Sharon Osbourne Center around one central issue: how to preserve Ozzy's dignity at a time when he is no longer able to make his own decisions. No medical decisions are made without Kelly's consent. A family spokesperson has confirmed in writing. Kelly was also responsible for internal communications, controlling the entire flow of information sent to the press and the public, even in the final hours. Anything published had to be approved directly by her, not through any third-party representatives. In the family's internal records related to funeral plan, Kelly's signature appeared on every administrative decision. Shortly before Ozzy's death, Kelly appeared in a leaked internal conversation between family members in which she made it clear, if he had any last words, it would be, "Let all end quietly and in time." This statement was confirmed to reflect Ozzy's true will based on the content of the last handwritten letter he left behind. It's also worth noting that on Ozzy's final night, the Back to Beginning event, Kelly was backstage responsible for all the visual lighting and sound control for his appearance. Ozzy's inability to stand for the entire show had been planned in advance, with a specially designed stage that resembled a throne and a support system that moved silently behind the scenes. It was all part of a plan to ensure that Ozzy's final public appearance was as perfect as possible. Ozzy Osbourne's health condition in the last years of his life was described as a steady decline with a marked progression. After a series of serious complications related to the central nervous system and spine, he was transferred to inpatient treatment at home under the close supervision of a specialized medical team. The care regimen included treatment of nerve pain, limited rehabilitation, and periodic respiratory monitoring. As a result of the long-term damage to his spinal cord, Ozzy was no longer able to stand, walk, or perform basic motor tasks without mechanical assistance. This condition was determined to be irreversible. During the last follow-up sessions, his strength index had fallen below the physiological threshold required for independent living. The treating physicians made a formal decision to discontinue rehabilitation interventions and transition to comprehensive palliative care. The entire treatment process during this phase is closely monitored by an internal data recording system. Blood pressure, oxygenation, neurologic response, and pain sensitivity are updated periodically and are used as a basis for adjusting the dosage of analgesics, sedatives, and spasm control. High-dose opioids are administered in parallel with continuous sedation to minimize physical pain during the awake state. One of the most serious medical conditions documented is the degeneration of the endogenous dopaminergic system, which affects communication, emotional regulation, and behavioral control. This condition impaired Ozzy Osbourne's ability to interact with loved ones in his final stages. Nonetheless, cognitive abilities and recognition responses were maintained until cardiac arrest. According to the previously agreed care plan, all activities and important medical milestones during the day are managed by a fixed team with no personnel changes throughout the entire terminal treatment period. The list of nurses, attending physicians, rehabilitation technicians, and coordinators is confirmed and maintained by the family representative. Ozzy Osbourne has expressed his will in legally binding medical documents regarding his end-of-life treatment decisions, stating that all medical procedures following a period of active unconsciousness must be discontinued if there is no improvement in his baseline biomarkers within 72 hours. This was duly executed after his body no longer had any electrical responses in its final stages. In addition to medical interventions, Ozzy has also proactively implemented a series of personal measures to prepare for an orderly end of his life. A list of unpublished intellectual property, including musical manuscripts, personal notes, and memoir drafts, has been classified and handed over to an independent legal team he has previously appointed. All documents were sealed at the time before Ozzy stopped communicating completely. The handover, storage, and verification process was recorded in administrative documents with confirmation from judicial personnel and family representatives. In addition, Ozzy Osbourne also established commitments to distribute intellectual property at predetermined rates to individuals, organizations, and specialized funds. A final 8-minute recording recorded by Ozzy in his private studio under professional sound supervision has been confirmed to exist and will be released at a time specified in the release authorization document. It is written and recorded by Ozzy himself without editing. The final steps in the comprehensive care phase are considered to be medically adequate, standardized according to current legal regulations, and with absolute internal consensus from all family members. Ozzy Osbourne's ending of his life journey under controlled conditions with proactive plan is considered the result of a clear, transparent, and well-founded preparation process. Glory and darkness. Ozzy Osbourne is widely credited with being a major influence in the development of modern heavy metal. The founding of Black Sabbath created a new musical structure based on heavy bass scales, slow rhythms, and lyrical structures that contain elements of social protest. The group's early releases are considered a turning point in the history of the recording industry and the standardization of rebellious music. After a successful start, Ozzy Osbourne entered a period of independent solo activities. His solo career achieved many remarkable achievements, from commercial sales to cultural influence. A series of studio products released in the early stages of his solo career achieved international standards with consumption rates exceeding the average market. In particular, the works made during the period of cooperation with guitarist Randy Rhoads laid the foundation for a high-intensity stage performance style, combining electronic techniques and lively arrangements. Ozzy Osbourne's personal activities, in addition to his musical achievements, have been marked by a series of iconic events. His controversial actions in his early career have created a distinct cultural identity, making him a symbol of resistance associated with radical individualism. The impact of these actions has transcended the entertainment industry, becoming the subject of research in many academic fields related to popular symbolism and existentialism in contemporary art. In addition to performing Ozzy, Osbourne has also implemented systemic initiatives, including organizing Ozfest, a series of events that bring together bands representing heavy metal and hard rock music. This initiative has maintained its effectiveness over many organizing cycles, creating a multi-layered artistic ecosystem and contributing to reshaping the market share of live music. Coordinating this event is not only a business activity, but also an artistic statement with the intention of maintaining an independent and non-standardized creative space. In terms of titles, Ozzy Osbourne has been officially recognized by many professional organizations and international art agencies. Awards, honors, and recognition from the professional community all demonstrate the appreciation of his real contribution to the modern music industry. In particular, his separate recognition as a solo artist and a member of a band has created a rare case demonstrating comprehensive artistic activities spanning many consecutive years. In the field of mass content production, Ozzy Osbourne participated in a reality TV show that was revolutionary at the time of its launch. This product brought his personal life and family to an international broadcasting platform, contributing to shaping the famous family media model according to contemporary entertainment standards. The content of the program simultaneously reflected two aspects: the life of a famous artist and the operation of a family under the influence of global fame. The level of impact of this program on the television industry and artist brands was recorded in many media market assessment reports. In his professional collaborations, Ozzy Osbourne has demonstrated his ability to maintain strategic partnerships with many artists of his own generation as well as the next generation. His frequent collaborations across generations and expansion of his compositional style demonstrate his ability to adapt flexibly to the fluctuations of the music market and consumer behavior. Collaborative projects in the studio, on stage, and in music videos have all demonstrated stability in quality and influence. Nonetheless, alongside his professional achievements, Ozzy Osbourne has experienced a period of instability related to behavioral health, substance abuse, and severe emotional disturbance. The effects of this period have been reflected in public incidents and administrative consequences. Nonetheless, he has gradually dealt with the legal consequences, re-established his personal operating structure, and restored his brand image through media strategies and artistic reintegration. Ozzy Osbourne's achievements, influence, and professional movements have not only created a remarkable artistic profile, but have also built a distinct ideological foundation that has maintained a central position in the modern music system for a long time. His artistic structure, although built from elements of resistance, has achieved mainstream recognition at the industry level and the global professional community. A family that does not fall. The Osbourne family has always been a close companion to Ozzy Osbourne's career and personal life throughout his public career. The family's internal structure is built on a foundation of multidimensional mutual support between members with a clear division of roles, responsibilities, and administrative decisions in matters related to art law and life coordination. Sharon Osbourne is credited with maintaining the family's stability amid Ozzy's frequent health and personal crisis. She is primarily responsible for planning communication strategies, coordinating collaborations, and managing external factors that affect her husband's public image. Decisions regarding legal, logistical, and end-of-life support personnel are all approved by Sharon before being implemented. Jack Osbourne, in his role as post-production coordinator for the family brand's communications, organized a personal content storage system, managed image rights, and coordinated with a digital data security unit to maintain control of Ozzy Osbourne's digital assets after his death. Jack also oversaw the internal operations of the family-run podcast, which recorded many private conversations with Ozzy in his final stages, which have now been digitized and stored in a family data system with controlled access. Kelly Osbourne continues to serve as the family's official spokesperson and authorized representative for communications between the family and relevant media partners, performing organizations, and health organizations. During the funeral process, Kelly serves as the coordinator of all decisions on behalf of Ozzy Osbourne, from the post-mortem legal process to the public release of documents related to his personal legacy. Amy Osbourne, while rarely seen in public, has maintained a full participation in crucial family meetings. Internal records confirm the full agreement of all family members to implement legacy preservation measures, control post-production releases, and approve related post-production artistic projects. On the side of the members outside the nuclear family, Louis Osbourne is also mentioned as a participant in the internal stabilization process through his role as a technical financial supporter for the family charity associated with the specialized hospital where Ozzy had a history of treatment. The relationships between individuals in the extended family system remain strategically connected in the process of handling situations that arose during the transition period after Ozzy's death. The Osbourne Parkinson Initiative is one of the entities designated by Ozzy as the recipient of undistributed surplus assets and is unanimously maintained by the entire family for long-term operation. The fund's board of directors includes representatives of family members and independent experts in the medical field. The fund's financial structure is organized in the direction of preserving the original capital, distributing annual profits to projects supporting research and treatment of motor neuron disease. In line with Ozzy's original goals, the Osbourne family operates a legacy with strict controls and the highest administrative standards to avoid unauthorized use or commercial exploitation without consent. The family's legal team is currently working with an intellectual property consultancy to build a limited open database to serve the purpose of archiving, researching, and developing non-commercial cultural products related to Ozzy Osbourne in the future. The family-run model after Ozzy's death shows a high level of initiative in establishing a legal succession structure demonstrating careful preparation on the part of key members. The unification of legacy handling strategy, administrative coordination, brand control, and media direction has created a notable legacy management precedent in the global entertainment industry. The Last Night of Music and the Eternal Legacy. Ozzy Osbourne's final show held at Villa Park was predetermined to be a culmination of his entire artistic journey. The show, titled Back to the Beginning, was structured in 3 parts with the participation of artists who had long been associated with Ozzy's key musical projects. The entire performance content, song selection, technical sequence, and stage planning were all personally directed by the artist. In terms of operations, the concert is coordinated according to the highest content control standards of the International Performance Event Production System. The stages related to sound, lighting, recording, and online signal transmission are directly contracted with highly qualified units. The stage equipment is specially designed optimized to support the motor function and protect the health of the artists under limited conditions. Attendance was at the maximum threshold for event security and was confirmed by an independent electronic ticketing system. Attendance data was stored for non-commercial financial reconciliation and statistics. All revenue from tickets, official merchandise, and video distribution rights was funneled into a single financial system, with the majority of profits going to health and education organizations in line with Ozzy Osbourne's original wishes. The performances are arranged in reverse chronological order, from the most recent production back to the beginning. Each performance is associated with a specific career stage, showing the artistic evolution and ideological themes. The projection system uses official archives from the family archive and is digitized by a technical team assigned by the organizing committee. The show ended with a pre-recorded audio segment, which included a replay of an excerpt from an unreleased personal recording recorded by Ozzy Osbourne specifically for the night. The recording emphasized the concept of controlled ending and conveyed a clearly defined farewell message. The choice of a closed-door presentation rather than a public on-stage appearance at the end of the event was confirmed by the organizers as a direct choice by the artist. Immediately after the show, all data related to the performance backstage recording and digital content distribution is handed over to the family representative unit according to the ownership transfer contract. Copyrights of images, sound, stage scripts, and related rights are all entered into the legal storage system to ensure the integrity of the event and serve the purpose of limited post-production use. The Back to the Beginning event stands as a monumental large-scale performance meticulously designed to mark the culmination of Ozzy Osbourne's illustrious personal career. This ambitious production was executed with a proactive approach emphasizing strict quality control and a high degree of standardization to ensure every detail aligned with the artist's vision. Ozzy Osbourne himself provided precise instructions that shaped the event's content orientation, recording format, stage layout, and key message elements. These directives served as a foundation for a seamless integration of creative and technical components, resulting in a performance that not only met the professional standards expected of such a legendary figure, but also authentically reflected Osbourne's personal will and artistic legacy. The careful coordination of these elements ensured that the event resonated deeply with audiences, delivering a memorable and fitting tribute to his career while maintaining the highest levels of excellence in execution. Ozzy Osbourne chose to leave the way he lived his life clearly, deliberately, and indelibly. He had everything planned out in advance, and every detail and every decision reflected his absolute control over his life and legacy. If the information in the video has given you a more complete perspective on the journey of a musical icon's end, you can click like to support, share, spread the word, and subscribe to the channel to follow other in-depth content. Leave a comment if you have anything to share. Every response is part of how we can together preserve the true value of people who have shaped an entire culture